everybody, Isla here. Everybody liked the behind the scenes podcast episode, so I figured I would do a behind the scenes streaming episode. So yeah, here we are in the stream room. Ooh. You don't normally get to see this side of it. Here's my typical rat's nest of cables that I just never have time to deal with. Here's the camera. It's a FS5 Sony. Ba 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 ba. Usually zoom in a little bit so you don't see the mics. Typically, not always, but whatever. And then here's the computer. I'm exporting something right now, so I won't really go into that, but we use XSplit most of the time, but we also have it set up to use OBS. And this is our mixing board for the mics. So we have two mics here for the front two here are for the back couch, these two. I've got them labeled front left, front right. This is salad mic right here. The red light means they're muted. So now they would be unmuted. Ba, 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 ba. That's salad mic. This is what salad mic looks like. Yep. And then these are you know what computer speakers are. This is now what chat runs on. I have to put in a pin. I didn't want you to see it. And then this is the chat monitor. It's vertical because chat, you are vertical. Haha, wonderful. This is a neat little piece of tech that I just straight up looked up what AGDQ uses, and we bought one. It's called a Shiny Bow. It's an HDMI matrix switcher. So how that works is we have all of our consoles going into the back. There are HDMI inputs and outputs on the back. Bunch of HDMI ins and outs. We have the out going to the Elgato and the TV and stuff. And then these are the consoles. And then what you do is, it's real slick. You can just switch to the input you want. So it's telling me that right now, since none of the consoles are on, but the PC is on, if I go all for enter, the TV, if it were on, would be showing the PC. So that's how we on the couch see the thing and how we can switch between consoles. We've got the Xbox Series X, the PlayStation, a bunch of extra controllers and headphones and stuff under there. And our Switch dock is right there. Controller charging happening back there. Our lights are not fancy in here. I just kind of used what we had. These are basically the garage lights back from the olden days. I just built these little brackets into the ceiling and then kind of just clamped the lights to it. And I have safety ties there so that nothing will fall on anybody. But that one is there. This one is turned on like that. Back here, this is our Devil May Cry neon light. That, of course, is the goddess. This is a shelf that Jones put back here. This is the uplights for the wall. They always take a second. There it is. That took longer than usual. That's weird. And then the final lights are these backlights. A few people asked me about, a few people asked me about these magic windows. I built these by taking TVs. They're just Insignia TVs because those were the cheapest. And they're like that. And then I got it's a clamp, but I flipped the clamp thing around so it went out, and I just forced it onto this little window thing that was already kind of here, because I guess for earthquake rules they had to like close up the windows in here. I don't know. So yeah, that's what's holding the TV up is just like a weird crank thing, and I had to, cram it in there, and then I put some curtains up. Not beautiful, not perfect, but it worked in a pinch. And then, so these are little Raspberry Pis, and I didn't program it, but I found I built those Raspberry Pis up, and then I found a program that plays video loops, and I needed one that did seamless looping. So I turned this on, and then if you put more than one file in there, they would all loop. But just one file will loop seamlessly forever. And so they boot up. What's weird is they're identical. They have the same power supply, same power source, everything's the same, and yet one of them is always slightly ahead of the other one. And I tried a bunch of different stuff, tried different plugging them in different ways, tried different stuff, and they were always just slightly ahead. See, that one's just a little ahead, and I don't know why, but it's never really too big of a problem. Sometimes a loop will get just slightly off, but most of the time it doesn't matter because it's just like a day-night cycle or whatever. What we do for these is I have a Premiere file that I made where it's basically just the timeline, and you just flip it. So you export the video like that, and you take it and you slice it in half basically, and well, you don't really, you just slide it over, and the bottom of the exported video is this side, right? So it's 16 by 9, and the bottom when you export it is this, but then since the TV is flipped, it's like that. I don't know, pretty cool. This loop has a little in it, which I'm not happy with. We have a bunch of other loops though. Let's see. We have these risers that were actually left over from the set building process. I had actually asked GoButton, the people who built our set, if they had any stage risers like this, because I had this idea for the raised up couch, and I think it works pretty well. I'm always trying to improve this room. The miking situation is tough. Like, one of the challenges of Easy Allies is, we're not just one person sitting in front of a mic. We've got, 8 of us. So we have to try to mic a whole room, and not sound too roomy and not blow out the mics. And then Windows will update and it'll treat the mixer like a line input suddenly, and then you have to have your input at 30% instead of 100% because it sounds blown out no matter what you do, and it's just like every time Windows updates it changes. It's just like a real sticky wicket. This is for sound proofing, sound dampening from the road, and there's a window there similar to the other one. That one I think is actually a window, and GoButton, they just covered it up with MDF. Bolted this thing to the ceiling. That is extra sound dampening stuff that we had from the other room, and I just stapled it to the wall with a bunch of staples. And then over here I had them build this. This is the most recent addition. GoButton came in and put this curtain in there because we just didn't want to be too noisy through the wall for people. And these are just more sound dampening things that I had laying around, so I just kind of put them up there where I thought it might be sort of the reflective areas for voices in here. You try to dampen out the corners and the center of the room where people are talking, and these sort of dampen the points of first reflection of our voices. That one certainly does. And then the back wall you want to deal with. And then since the beginning, I've always said we should have the camera right above the TV. It's actually a little higher than I like it, because the lower it is, the less of the mics you're bound to see. But yeah, when it's right above the TV, then it looks like we're looking into the camera while we're playing games. Yeah, and then, the rest is just XSplit stuff. Like, we have I guess I could show you that too. Let's see. So this is our XSplit, We have the Splash Start, which does not have the theme song, so that's where we can play songs under it. And then this one has the song in it. This is the cam, full cam screen. End is with the theme song, splash end is not. Yeah, and then this just, has the thing and the game and alerts, and the computer dead names me because it was set up before I transitioned and I put my name in it for some reason. Yeah, so that's what that is. Anyway, that's kind of the streaming setup. Yeah, I don't know. I hope that was interesting and illuminating. It's cozy in here. I like the vibes, It's really nice to just kind of hang out in here and stream games. Even when we're not streaming, I'll just hang out in here sometimes. It's cozy. Landskroner, I think, are the names of these couches from IKEA. They're comfy, I don't know. Landskroner. Oh yeah, this is a microphone or a headphone splitter for when we're all reacting to a direct or something, so we can all listen to the same thing at the same time. So it's got 4 outputs, so we need Y splitters to split out for all of us. So we put Y splitters and extenders on each output, and then we can all listen. Okay, bye.